Hello everyone, my name is Tanner, and today I'm going to be taking you through the joint actions of a simple basketball shot. And so with a basketball shot, there's four main areas that the joint actions really work. It's your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder, and your knees. All right, so we're going to start off with the arm, basically. So we're going to do the elbow, the shoulder, and the wrist first, because the knees really, until you start your motion or until you really release the ball, is when the knees get activated. So we're just going to start off with coming over here and jumping to the side. Now we're just going to start with the ball, right down here at our hips. Everything is extended right now. So everything from the elbow, the shoulder's just where it normally is in anatomical position, but your elbow is just going to be extended like normal, and so is your wrist. And then we're going to get ready to take the shot. So your elbow and your wrist are gonna flex. So you can see here this angle here, just where we're gonna keep the shoulder here, but the elbow is gonna be flexed. And so is the wrist. It's gonna create this nice arc in this nice position we want. Your shoulder, whenever we get to this position, you've got your elbow flexed again, your wrist is flexed. Your shoulder is going to rotate upward. So your shoulder is gonna rotate up, and that's gonna help create that nice angle as well. It's also a little bit of abduction as well. We're going away from the body a little bit. So shoulder's gonna abduct, and it's also gonna rotate upward, along with a little bit of rotation here in the elbow joint. And then, like I said, that wrist is still flexed. And so here is where we get to the knees, because you're gonna need some extra force to get it high enough and get it into the basket. So the knees are gonna flex as well. This is where the knee flexion comes in. So going back to where we originally started in the waist area, basketball, everything's extended right here. Everything except for the shoulders extended, your knees are extended, your wrist and your elbows extended. But when we start to bring it up and we start off with just the elbow and the wrist, they flex. So the elbow's flexed here and the wrist is flexed here. Well, when we start to get to our high point, the shoulder is gonna rotate upward, and it's gonna also abduct away from the body. And so now we're getting back into the knees. The knees are gonna flex. You want that nice springy action here, so you can get enough power on it to get a high enough arc to get it in the basket. And then whenever we release, everything's gonna go back to that extension. So shoulder is gonna continue to rotate a little more up, because we're gonna create arc, but the elbow is gonna extend, and also the wrist. So the elbow extension is gonna come here, and the wrist is gonna follow and extend through the basketball. So that's what creates that backspin that we always look for whenever we're shooting a basketball. Should look something like that, okay? See everything extended? All right, so we're gonna go back through it. So basketball at our hips, everything's extended, shoulders in place, hips are fine, everything's good. So when we bring it up, elbow and wrist are gonna flex. That's the flexion here of the elbow, flexion here of the wrist. Then shoulder is gonna abduct, and it's also gonna rotate upward, okay? That's gonna create that 90-degree angle everybody tells you should look for, okay? And then once you get here, your knees are gonna start to flex, okay? So when your knees start to flex, that's gonna create that nice little bounce, that nice little hop that you always wanna get, a little bit extra angle upward on the basketball. And then whenever we're here and the knees are flexed, we're gonna extend everything. So this is when you would see basketball players, they would jump. So this is extension of the knees. It's also extension of the shoulder joint, and continue to rotate upward of the shoulder joint. And the elbow's extending as well, extending up. And then the wrist is extending through the basketball. And so here's that wrist extension a little bit better. You'll see the wrist extends, and that's what is letting the basketball head out. All right, so I'm gonna go through one simple shot here. Hopefully I'll make it. So knees, elbows, wrist, shoulder, everything extends, okay? Just so you know, I did make that. Just wanted to be sure.